Hi everyone, Craig here with youtube.com/level-epic. This is me playing Minecraft. This is my Gotham City build. So that's the update from last time, if you remember the little multi-unit complex. And this is what I spent this week on. It's not very big, but trust me, it took a lot of time for some reason. I don't know why. There it is. Do you see that? Right behind that map. Actually, you can see it in the bottom left-hand corner anyways, that little green stuff. That's what I built. I built this. That's green. See this little igloo type thing. I also did expand some roads. So if you can imagine, roads, this would go where? Underground parking lot. So let's go to this underground parking lot, and I'll show you that. This is actually incomplete. I didn't quite finish everything I wanted to build this week, but I felt like I had to show you guys. So we are here. This is the underground parking lot, which leads to this area, also known as a stairwell. You never see those. And then a little hall. And then, ooh, what's this? Like a gathering hall of some sort. Looks like this is where people join together. Let's go over here. See. Oh, yes, you can look outside and see the jungle and the bridge and stuff. And oh, look, cake, fridge. This is a whole kitchen area. So this is interestingly a kitchen. That's okay. Well, what's up these stairs? Oh, it's a restaurant. So that's what I was doing. I built a restaurant. So as you can see here, there's a fairly large restaurant. Pretty high class, if you ask me. Why is it high class? Well, because it's next to the Opera House or Opera Shell, as you can see here, as I named it. The future site of Opera Shell and Indoor Concert Hall. The Indoor Concert Hall we actually haven't seen yet. I'll show you that in a minute. So this little restaurant, inspired by the Sydney Opera House. You ever been to the Sydney Opera House? The Opera House is there, and you got like the quay here with all the ferries, and then you go up the side here, and you can take a look at the opera. Well, the Opera House isn't. This isn't the Opera House. This is just the restaurant. But if this was like Australia, you would be like, oh yeah, it's cool. Anyways, and then this is what I built. This one's based after the shell in Boston. If you've ever been to Boston, that's the wooden shell and the concrete outside. And the 4th of July fireworks are always shown here on TV and stuff. And this is the grass where you can just kind of sit back and you get a good seat. Just kind of sit back and check out the concert or whatever they're having on display. It kind of looks like a baseball field or something, like infield, outfield. You got some pitcher's plate there. And anyways, so let's continue on to the indoor concert hall, which is really not finished. I'm really far from this. If I can concentrate, I might actually be able to finish in the next month. But this is it. This is probably gonna be a lot. This is gonna be filled in. There's probably gonna be like a room over here and just another meeting area. This is the stage where, all the show business, the fanciness happens. And you got some red drapes, and I'm going to put in some, like, balcony areas. So you're going to be able to see, like, balcony here, and I don't know, maybe 2 floors of balconies. I haven't really decided. Probably, no, sorry, one set of balconies, or one level of balconies, but I'm going to have stadium seating, so it's going to, go from here, and it's just going to go up. So you can, the further back you go, the higher up it is type thing. Stadium seating, I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. And this is what it looks like from the outside. I'm sorry, I didn't expect to go night. So this is what it looks like from the outside. People on the outside, you're walking down the street, and you're like, well, I didn't pay, but I want to see what's going on in there. Well, you can't because of the curtains. Oh, well, I guess if you're looking behind the curtains, you can. But you don't get really good view, and you're like, oh, but I want to see the show, and you're like, no, you can't see the show, and then, oh, I'll just jump in here. Anyways, I'm rambling. I know, sorry. Oh yes, and I did road, so I lengthened that road, and I did a lot more of the one over there. If you recall, I did that a few episodes ago, where now it almost goes all the way around, and I did all of this, the smaller red road, similar to that there, except 4 times the size. As you can see, 4 of those would fit into one of this. The reason I did that is because Gotham City downtown would be in and around this block here. So in order to get these really big buildings, I not have to worry about the roads always being perfect. I made these areas a lot larger so I can put like maybe a few different buildings, but I don't have to worry about the footprint in these blocks. I don't imagine one building will take up an entire block like this. Like I would consider these smaller ones a city block, where these ones are I don't know, bigger than a city block, I guess. They will, like I said, they will be divided up when necessary, but I don't want the city block to dictate the footprint of the building. Like over here, the buildings are kind of dictated by the size of the city block. I don't want that over here. I want smaller roads, going in between and kind of winding their way through the large, tall buildings. So that's what I did there, and that's going to be it for this episode. That's what I built. I know it took me a week, and it doesn't seem like I accomplished very much, but that's because that's all I did. Is like, I guess it was a little bit bigger than a city block, but I feel like I should have been able to do more because there's not much to it. You know what I mean? There's not much detail there, so I feel like I should have done more. That was mostly done by hand, to tell you the truth. I used MC Edit for the sphere and cutting out the large area underneath. So just deleting this large block. All these smaller sections, like the stuff near the roof, that was all put in by hand. All that stone was put in by hand. All this stone was put in by hand. All that dirt was put in by hand. This building was put in by hand. Down here, this was all dug out by hand. Small section of this was done with MC Edit. And then this was all done by hand here. And by hand, I mean just using the Minecraft program itself. Just using creative mode. Yeah, so mostly it was done by hand. I think that's why it took me so long. Because those buildings over there are pretty quick. They're just like paste. It's just a brush, really. 2 seconds. These would have been done by hand as well, though. But yeah, this was all done by hand, and I think that's why it took me so long. Roads take 2 seconds because they are not done by hand. They're just copy and paste jobs, so they're real quick. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoy my opera clamshell plus indoor concert area plus restaurant for the fancy people. And I hope you stick around for the next episode, whatever that will be. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.